Happy New Year, everyone! I hope your new year is going well so far, and this is the year you ought to eat good food. For the first video of the year, we're making grilled chicken. I'm sure lots of you were asking during the Christmas vlogmas where the grilled chicken was. We were reserving it for the beginning of the year. This chicken is juicy on the inside, very flavorful, and you can taste it to the bone. To make the tastiest grilled chicken, you will need to brine your chicken first. So let's go through the brining ingredients and we'll go through the rest of the ingredients for grilling later. The first thing you need will be some lemon, coriander seeds and cumin seeds, some sugar, which you don't have to worry about because you won't taste it at all, some allspice, whole cloves, some whole black peppercorns, some salt, some fresh thyme, bay leaves, some fresh sage, fresh rosemary. All these are very strong herbs, so just a little like so will go a long way. And of course, the king of the ingredients, which is the whole chicken, which has been cleaned and washed thoroughly. To help dissolve your salt and sugar and for the aroma to be enhanced, I will add some of the water I'll use for brining. Just a little will go a long way into a pot, and on very low heat I'll go in with the sugar. Make sure to do it on low heat as you don't want it to cook. You only want it to dissolve. The next thing I'll go in with is my salt. I'll then stir to combine. Make sure it doesn't boil as we are only dissolving the sugar and salt and enhancing the flavors. So I can feel the pot heating up. So I'll quickly add my black peppercorns, my coriander, which is a major ingredient. It tastes so good when used to brine. I'll also go in with my cloves now, my allspice, my thyme, rosemary, my sage, and my bay leaves. I'll stir to combine, and this will help the flavors of the spicing to be enhanced before using it to brine your chicken, and it smells amazing. I can see the vapors coming out, so I'll just take it off the heat and add it to my very cold water, because when brining you don't want the water to be hot. So in here I've got very cold water. I will add all the other ingredients I've dissolved and enhanced in the warm water. I'll start to combine, and when brining, be careful of the amount of salt you use. If you use too much, your chicken will be very salty, and don't worry at all about the sugar as it adds a lot of flavor and you can't taste it in there at all. I will add it to our chicken, which is sitting beautifully, and ensure it completely submerges the chicken. I'll add some more water as you want it to completely submerge the chicken. So we can see it's totally submerged. The last thing will be to add my lemons. It's looking beautiful and I'm totally excited already. I'll leave it in the fridge overnight, or if you don't have time, you can leave it for an hour and continue with the process. It's the next day and my chicken has been sitting in the brine water overnight. I'll discard all the water and wash my chicken thoroughly. The reason why it's important to brine your chicken or turkey overnight is that it makes your chicken very flavorful and keeps your chicken tender and juicy. Imagine a salt water infused with a lot of seasoning, and your chicken sitting there overnight helps your chicken to be seasoned to the bone. You don't only taste the season on the outside, but even to the bone. Imagine that. The chicken has been nicely washed, so let me take you through the rest of the ingredients. In here I've got some ginger powder, chicken seasoning, black pepper powder, some onion granules, dried rosemary, smoked paprika, garlic granules, some dried thyme, some minced garlic, melted butter for flavor, fresh onions, garlic, rosemary, sage and fresh thyme, which I will insert into the chicken for extra flavor. Don't forget to check the description box for the exact quantities of ingredients. Into a separate bowl, I'll add all my dry rub, mix it all together and set it aside for use later. I'll tap dry my chicken, which has been washed beautifully, to get rid of any excess moisture. I'll then rub some of the melted butter onto the chicken. Make sure to massage it deeply onto the chicken. You can use any oil of your choice, but the butter gives the chicken a whole lot of flavor. The chicken has been well coated with the butter, so the next thing for me to do is to rub it with the dry ingredients. Make sure to get to the portions you cannot get easily. Example, lifting the wing, to make sure you coat it very well with the dry ingredients, as you want your chicken to be well coated and well seasoned. I'll also insert some into the chicken for extra flavor, and flipping it onto the other side and coating it very well as well. I try not to waste my dry rub by picking the ones that has fallen on the plate and using that very one to season the rest of the chicken. For extra flavor, I'll add some of the melted butter to my minced garlic, as well as the dry rub that has fallen onto the plate, just so I don't waste it. Mix them all together and lift the skin of the chicken and insert this mixture. This is because you want your chicken to be well seasoned to the bone for extra flavor. You don't want to taste the seasoning only on the skin of the chicken, but you want to taste it to the bone. So be sure to lift the skin on all sides of the chicken. As you can see, I'm lifting the breast area as well and inserting this mixture. I'm sure most people do not like garlic. If you don't like garlic, you can omit this step and insert it with just the dry rub and the melted butter. I'll also fill the cavity with this mixture as well as the fresh ingredients I listed earlier, and this will allow the juices of the fresh ingredients to be released and even make your chicken more flavorful. To hold everything together in the cavity, I'll tie the chicken legs with some dental floss. This is because I don't have a twine at home, so if you have a twine, go ahead and use it, but the dental floss works the same. Once that is done, I'll dab some more melted butter onto the chicken. Make sure to go in a motion which doesn't rub off the dry seasoning that has already been applied. This will also help make your chicken more flavorful and also more juicy. Once that is done, I'll sprinkle some more of the dry mix onto the chicken to make sure the chicken is well and fully coated. I'll allow it to marinate for 2 hours and continue. It's been 2 hours, so I'll transfer my chicken to my pan, which has been elevated with some rack. Apply some more butter or any oil of your choice to prevent the chicken from being dry during the grilling process. I'll then be baking this in my oven, which has been preheating at 180 degrees Celsius for an hour. Normally, you would find that your chicken would sit on your potatoes and vegetables to bake, but I find that it prolongs the cooking time for the chicken, so I'll be doing this separately by seasoning it with the same dry seasoning I used earlier, but adding a bit more salt, as I didn't add any salt to the chicken because I brined it before. I'll mix it all together and bake it at the same temperature with my chicken for 50 minutes. In between the total grilling time of an hour, I'll sprinkle some of the oil and juices that has fallen off the chicken onto the chicken to make sure that it doesn't get dry by the time it's ready. After 30 minutes of baking my potatoes and carrots, I'll grate some Parmesan cheese onto it and pop it back into the oven to complete the grilling process. This makes your potatoes very, very tasty, so don't omit it, you'll thank me later. Our potatoes are ready, which I'll garnish with some olive oil infused with some dried parsley. If you have the fresh ones, you can use that. I will stir it together later, and this helps to add a whole lot of flavor to your potatoes and makes it extra juicy. We don't want dried potato. And just look at that perfection. The king itself is ready, and this chicken is grilled to perfection. It smells amazing and it tastes even better. It falls off right the bone, and just look at that. Let me cut into it for you to see. Thank you so much for watching. If you do try it, don't forget to tag us on your Instagram status at Debzies Delight and let us know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I pray this year brings you lots of joy, love, blessings, and above all, good health and prosperity. I am so grateful for the support so far. Last year was amazing, and I'm sure this year is going to be even grand. Make sure to love unconditionally, be kind, and when you can, lend a helping hand to a friend. This is Debzies Delight. If you haven't subscribed, please click on the subscribe button as well as the little bell so that whenever I post a video, you will be instantly notified. And to my returning subscribers, if you haven't clicked on the notification button, please click on it now so that whenever I post a video, you will be instantly notified. And let's grow together as a family. See you in my next video. I love you all, but know that God loves you the most. Happy New Year! Bye for now.